Democratic leaders across the country say Texas could change from a red state to a blue state in just 4 years' time. But not everyone agrees with that assessment. KFOX14's Sarah Navoy spoke with political experts who say the political shift may not happen that quickly.
In the shadows of the Texas state capitol, Texan Frank Federer ponders why politicians can't just get along.
Not about red or blue.
Not for me.
But as his coffee is black, Texas is red.
It's a conservative state, and that's not going to change.
Republicans dominate every statewide office, but some believe the tide may be shifting.
Where are they getting their information?
A recent Rice University study found that in Harris County, more people now report leaning left rather than right. In the last 2 presidential elections, more people there voted for the Democratic candidate. Same is true for other urban counties, including Dallas, Travis, El Paso, Jefferson, and Cameron counties. Potter and Nueces, on the other hand, cast their ballots for the Republican nominee. Political expert Jim Henson says it's those numbers rather than political leanings that count.
When we're looking at the results of what actually makes us think about a state being blue or red or purple or whatever your color scheme is, it's the results of elections. And those groups that are becoming more democratic, young people, particularly Latinos, turn out to vote in much lower numbers.
Just 2 years ago, Democratic groups spent a lot of time and money hoping to change that, but
And they failed miserably. You look at all the statewide races, they lost by almost 20 points.
That aside, Republican consultant Matt Makoviak says as the Hispanic population grows, Republicans still have work to do in urban areas.
Is Texas going to be competitive at the statewide level in my lifetime? Yes. Could be 15, 20 years from now based on the demographics.
Henson agrees, but also knows nothing is certain.
That said, who knows what the impact of, say, a President Trump would be.
I'm Sarah Navoy reporting.
So do you identify as a Republican or a Democrat or neither? That's the question KFOX14 asked El Pasoans all week long. We teamed up with our sister stations across the state to find out where the political tide is shifting these days. 49% of Texans said that they consider themselves to be Republicans, 37% declared themselves to be Democrats, and 15% said neither. The results show that Texas is leaning more towards staying the course as a red state. But is that what people around El Paso think? We sent our photographers out today to find out if you're seeing a change in the political views in your community, particularly with the presidential election with a very divisive figure currently in the cycle. So take a look.
There's definitely a lot of evangelicals here, more kind of the old school kind of beliefs, more traditional beliefs, I should say, leaning towards liberal, but I consider myself an independent.
I'd say it's largely red, but there are certainly pockets of blue, Austin and cities like that. I think traditionally I consider myself Republican, but I've shifted more now to being an independent. I think just that the way politics are now, some of the Republican views are a little too old-fashioned.
For the past 9 presidential elections, Texans have voted with majority Republicans. It was 40 years ago when Texas supported its last Democratic candidate, that being Jimmy Carter.